Hello! How's everybody doing? I am the TheZaneyGamer, or John, as always, and it's time for a vlog of my insanity, and I'm going through this intro quickly because I don't know why, because I want to talk about more important stuff, like, the topic of today is, continue right now, go to the topic right now. The topic of today is, okay, you know what, no, I'm not even going to say the topic, because I have a game playing in the background, so you better recognize what the f this game is. If not, I'm going to kill somebody. So yeah, today's topic is, what is my favorite video game of all time? And I just cracked my knuckles doing that. Didn't work on this arm. Whatever. Alright, so what is my favorite video game of all time? Well, for those that are not new to my channel and haven't, well, have known me for a long time should know that it is a Zelda game, obviously, but it's a specific Zelda game, and it just makes my mind go crazy. Goes crazy, because I love this game. So, for those that don't know my channel well, hopefully the people that are on my channel and been there for a while should know my favorite video game of all time. The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. I love you! I love you so much. Mwah, I love you, I love you. Okay, that's enough. But, yes, it's my favorite video game of all time. I love you. And people wonder why. Well, to me, it's probably, there's a lot of coincidences with this game itself. Like, for example, it came out 1 month and a day before my birthday, because I was born May 14th, 1992. I'm gonna be 20 this year. Oh my god, I'm old. No, not really. But it was created April 13th, 1992. Well, at least the American release. The original release was in Japan, I think in 1991 in September, but nonetheless, look at this thing. It's so awesome! It's vintage. And I also have the collector's edition because I'm such a freak. Yes, I have 2 versions of the same exact game. Actually, technically I have 3 versions if you count the GBA port, but... And for those that are not old and know a bunch of old stuff, GBA stands for Game Boy Advance. And if you don't know what a Game Boy Advance is because you have a Nintendo DS, well... I feel sorry for you, and the future is going to be very, very harsh. Sorry! What the f*** was that? I don't know, but... On to the more important thing. Why is it my favorite video game? Well, besides the coincidence of it being released a month and a day before my birthday, it's also the one game that I played so much when I was a kid before the N64. Like, we had Super Mario World, and we played that a lot, and I think that's how my sister got me hooked on video games. When I was a baby, she'd plop me in her lap, she'd put the controller in front of me, give it to me, and I'd be like, because I had no hand-eye coordination when I was a kid. The only thing I had was... But it doesn't work like that now, because I do have hand-eye coordination. And I can do this! Which is not really impressive. That's just how everybody plays video games nowadays. But, as I was saying, that was a game I played mostly when I was a child. And, more or less, as I played through Zelda games over the years, there's not been any Zelda game that just reaches my standards for this game, except probably Ocarina of Time. I mean, Ocarina of Time was incredibly enjoyable, fun, blah-de-blah-de-blah, but no other Zelda game has ever reached that version. I want the original version. This is the cartridge that I grew up with. This is not I bought this cartridge because of nostalgia. This is the original cartridge I played on when I was a kid. It's that old. It's as old as me. Technically, it's a month older than me. But it's still, that thing right there, that's the original cartridge. And I've been playing that for years. I love that game. Most Zelda game standards, they don't have the same nostalgia that this game does. I love playing Zelda games, don't get me wrong, but the caliber of the enjoyment, the difficulty, the story, just it all wrapped into one. And a lot of people have to agree this is probably one of the most well-done Zelda games ever. There's rarely any other Zelda games that are as good as this. I mean, Zelda 1 is probably the other one that's probably the most well done, because it was Shigeru Miyamoto's child, prodigy, and baby. He just penned it down. But other than that, it has almost zero glitches, anything to exploit it. It's a really well done game for its time, and it still holds up to the standards of today for video games, in my opinion. It's the best video game of all time, and IGN said it was the best Super Nintendo game to come out. Which some can go, yeah, because you love this game, you love Super Mario World, which everybody does. It's Super Mario World, which is also considered to be the best, not Zelda game, best Mario game of all time, and Super Metroid, which again is considered to be the best Metroid game of all time. It's the Super Nintendo had the It's true. It had A Link to the Past. It had Super Metroid. It had Super Mario World. It had everything. I consider it to be the best console to ever be created, in my opinion. People are going to be arguing, no, it's the Xbox 360. Play classic game, and it's either going to be the Super Nintendo or the Sega Genesis. Take your pick. I chose the Super Nintendo. I mean, really, that was the golden age. At least for me, that's when I believe Nintendo was at their golden age, was Super Nintendo. And N64 kind of went, yeah. I mean, it did make Ocarina of Time, Super Mario 64, and a bunch of other fun games, but there's other things we can talk about, but that's a subject for another time, because I always go off on a tangent. But nothing holds up a candle to this game. Not once have I played a Zelda game and be like, oh, that's better than A Link to the Past. I can't believe it. Some fine way. Nothing has ever held a candle to A Link to the Past yet. And I'm waiting for Nintendo to make something that will just blow me out of the water, and where I'll say, I can't believe it. Something is better than you. No, the apocalypse! Fuck! Damn you, Shigeru Miyamoto! Why have you forsaken me? Seriously, it's really just all about this game. This game is... But I've been talking too much, but... Alright, so my topic for next week is going to be my origin story. So it's not going to be Vlog My Insanity. We're going to do it a little bit differently, because it's going to be much longer. But as always, thank you all for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, and buy this game. Buy this version too. I would hold up the Game Boy Advance version, but my friend's borrowing it right now. But buy them! Buy them all! If you see it on the black market or wherever the hell it is, buy it. Oh, I just noticed something. The original has this weird hardcover, and then the special edition has this, like, in slot. I don't know why. Whatever. But as always, thank you all for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. That was a long intro. See you later! Bang, 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 bang. I don't know. Bye.
Link, I didn't want you involved in this. I told you not to leave the house. Take my sword and shield and listen. You can focus power in the blade. Hold the B button, then release it using the secret technique handed down by our people. Link, you can do it. Save the princess. Zelda is your... She is your...
If Ego Raptor can't convince you what the hell this game is, I am very, very ashamed of all of you bitches.